What if everything you've been told about pain is wrong? What if, instead of avoiding it, you could use it to fuel your growth, sharpen your mind, and unlock a version of yourself you never thought possible? Here's the truth. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. The problem is, most people spend their lives running from discomfort, missing out on the secret that separates the unbreakable from the fragile. The secret lies in how you choose to face it. Imagine this. Every setback, every failure, every ounce of stress you've endured, it's all raw material, waiting to be transformed into strength. But here's the catch. It doesn't happen by accident. It takes a mindset shift, a willingness to embrace challenges and see them as opportunities. The good news, you don't have to figure it out alone. There's a proven way to turn pain into power, and it starts with understanding how your mind works under pressure. In this journey, you'll discover the tools, strategies, and science-backed insights that will help you not just survive life's toughest moments, but thrive because of them. Ready to uncover the mindset that makes you unbreakable? Let's dive in. Mental resilience is like the armor your mind wears to face life's battles. It's not about avoiding challenges, but learning how to bounce back stronger every time you're knocked down. Think of it as a muscle, one that grows when you push it, stretch it, and sometimes even tear it a little. Imagine someone who loses their job unexpectedly. Instead of spiraling into despair, they channel their energy into learning a new skill or starting a side hustle. That's resilience in action, turning setbacks into stepping stones. But let's not confuse resilience with being unshakable. It's not about pretending everything is fine or suppressing emotions. It's about navigating through the storm while acknowledging the rain. Picture a tree bending in the wind. It doesn't break because it's flexible. Resilience is that flexibility for your mind. It's what allows you to adapt, adjust, and keep moving forward even when the odds seem stacked against you. Here's the kicker. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Every time you face a tough situation, you're presented with a choice. Let it define you or let it refine you. Whether it's dealing with a tough breakup, a failed project, or even a bad day, these moments are opportunities to strengthen your mental armor. And as you'll see, this ability to grow through challenges is deeply connected to something even more profound: mental toughness. Mental toughness and resilience are often used interchangeably, but they're two sides of the same coin. Mental toughness is the grit that keeps you going when the road gets rough. It's the ability to push through discomfort, pain, and uncertainty without giving up. Resilience, on the other hand, is your ability to recover and rebuild after life throws you off balance. Think of mental toughness as the fuel that powers you through a marathon, while resilience is what helps you recover and train for the next race. What makes these traits so powerful is their ability to transform how you perceive challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, mentally tough individuals view them as opportunities for growth. Imagine David Goggins, a man who turned unimaginable pain into a source of strength. His story is a testament to how mental toughness and resilience work hand in hand. He didn't just endure, he thrived. That's the magic of these qualities. They don't just help you survive, they help you evolve. But here's the thing, mental toughness and resilience aren't about being invincible. They're about being adaptable. They're about knowing when to push forward and when to pause, reflect, and recalibrate. It's not about suppressing emotions, but learning to regulate them. This balance is what allows you to face challenges head-on without burning out. And as we dive deeper, you'll see how the mind's antifragile nature plays a crucial role in this process. The human mind is not just built to endure stress. It's designed to grow from it. This concept, known as antifragility, was popularized by Nassim Taleb, who described it as the ability to thrive in chaos. Unlike something fragile that breaks under pressure or something robust that merely resists it, an antifragile system becomes stronger the more it's tested. Your mind works the same way. When you face challenges, your hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, the brain's centers for memory and light up, adapting and rewiring themselves to handle future stress more effectively. But here's the catch. Growth only happens when the challenge is just enough to push you out of your comfort zone without overwhelming you. Think about lifting weights. If you never increase the load, your muscles stagnate. But if you try to lift too much too soon, you risk injury. The mind operates similarly. Controlled exposure to stress, like taking on a new project at work or learning a difficult skill, forces your brain to adapt, building resilience and emotional regulation over time. This antifragile nature of the mind is why some people seem to thrive in adversity. They don't just survive, they use challenges as fuel for growth. It's not about avoiding stress, but learning how to embrace it strategically. By shifting your perspective and seeing obstacles as opportunities, you unlock the potential for emotional resilience and mental toughness. And as research shows, this process is deeply rooted in how the brain responds to stress. Science has shown us that resilience isn't just a mindset, it's a biological process deeply rooted in the brain. Studies using MRI scans have revealed fascinating insights into how the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex adapt under stress. For example, research on soldiers exposed to extreme conditions found that those who developed resilience showed growth in these brain areas, enhancing their ability to regulate emotions and make decisions under pressure. However, not everyone responds the same way. While some grow stronger, others may develop PTSD, highlighting the delicate balance between stress and recovery. One of the most striking findings is how controlled stress can act as a catalyst for growth. Think of it like forging steel. Intense heat and pressure make it stronger, not weaker. Similarly, when the brain is exposed to manageable challenges, it builds new neural pathways, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. This adaptability is what allows people to bounce back from setbacks and even thrive in the face of adversity. It's why some individuals emerge from hardships with a renewed sense of purpose, while others struggle to recover. But resilience isn't just about biology. It's also shaped by external factors like social support and mindset. Research shows that individuals who view stress as a challenge rather than a threat are more likely to develop emotional resilience. This perspective shift can mean the difference between breaking under pressure and growing through it. And as we dive into the concept of antifragility, you'll see how embracing stress intentionally can unlock even greater potential. The concept of antifragility flips everything you thought you knew about stress on its head. Nassim Taleb explains it like this: fragile things break under pressure, robust things endure, but antifragile things actually get stronger. The human mind, when approached correctly, it thrives on challenges, chaos, and even failure, provided they not overwhelming. Think about it. Every time you overcome a setback, you're not just surviving, you're building a stronger, more adaptable version of yourself. Stress, when managed wisely, becomes a tool for growth, but here's the secret. Not all stress is created equal. To grow, you need what is called productive stress. This is the kind of stress that stretches you just enough to spark growth without pushing you into burnout. For example, taking on a new role at work might feel overwhelming at first, but as you adapt, you gain new skills and confidence. On the flip side, chronic, unmanaged stress, like being stuck in a toxic environment, can break you down. The key is to find that sweet spot where challenges fuel growth instead of destruction. This is why planned adversity is so powerful. Whether it's through physical challenges like a tough mudder race or mental exercises like cold plunges, intentionally exposing yourself to manageable stress builds resilience. It's like training your mind to see discomfort not as a threat, but as an opportunity. And as we explore the spectrum of pain, you'll learn how to distinguish between the stress that strengthens you and the kind that holds you back. Not all pain is created equal. Some pain pushes you forward, while other pain pulls you down. This is where the pain spectrum model comes into play. At one end, you have minor inconveniences, annoyances like waiting in traffic or dealing with a rude coworker. These don't lead to growth, they're just noise. On the other end, you have trauma, pain so severe it can leave lasting scars, like the loss of a loved one or a life-altering injury. But in the middle lies the sweet spot. Challenges, this is where growth happens. It's the discomfort of running that extra mile or stepping out of your comfort zone in a difficult conversation. The key to thriving lies in how you interpret and respond to pain. Productive pain, like the soreness after a workout, signals growth. It's uncomfortable but meaningful. Destructive pain, however, is the kind that overwhelms you, leaving you stuck in a cycle of stress and exhaustion. For example, working late to meet a deadline can be productive if it teaches you time management, but consistently sacrificing sleep for work leads to burnout. The difference isn't just in the pain itself, it's in how you frame it and what you learn from it. Understanding this distinction is crucial for building resilience. When you face a challenge, ask yourself, is this pain helping me grow, or is it breaking me down? This mindset shift allows you to embrace discomfort as a tool for self-improvement. And as we'll see in the next section, putting this theory into practice, like signing up for a tough mudder race, can transform the way you approach pain and adversity. Imagine signing up for a grueling obstacle course without any prior preparation. That's exactly what the tough mudder is. a test of both physical endurance and mental resilience. Participants face challenges like crawling under barbed wire, plunging into freezing water, and even running through live electrical wires. It's not just a race. It's a battle against your own limits. For many, the goal isn't to win, but to prove to themselves that they can endure discomfort and come out stronger on the other side. The beauty of the Tough Mudder lies in its unpredictability. You're thrown into situations that force you to adapt on the spot. Whether it's pulling yourself out of a mud pit or helping a stranger climb a wall, these moments test more than your body. They test your mindset. Will you give up when it gets hard, or will you dig deep and push forward? Every obstacle conquered becomes a small victory, reinforcing the belief that you're capable of more than you thought. But the real lesson isn't in finishing the race. It's in the transformation that happens along the way. The Tough Mudder teaches you that discomfort is temporary, but the growth it brings is lasting. It's a reminder that resilience isn't built in comfort zones. It's forged in the fire of challenges. And as we explore the elements of a resilient mindset next, you'll see how these lessons can be applied to every area of life. A resilient mindset isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you cultivate one thought and one action at a time. At its core, resilience begins with self-efficacy. The belief that you're capable of overcoming challenges. Think about it. If you don't believe you can climb a mountain, you'll never even take the first step. This confidence isn't arrogance. It's built by accumulating small wins. Start with something simple, like committing to a daily walk or finishing a book you've been putting off. Each success reinforces the idea that you can handle more. Another crucial element is learning to silence the inner critic. This is where narrative-free thinking comes into play. Letting go of the stories we tell ourselves about why we can't succeed. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm not strong enough to handle this," shift your focus to the task at hand. It's not about ignoring your doubts, but refusing to let them control you. Pair this with social support, and you've got a winning combination. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage and challenge you creates a safety net, making it easier to take risks and face adversity. Finally, resilience thrives on commitment and positivity. This doesn't mean forcing a fake smile, but practicing forced cheerfulness, choosing to see the silver lining, even in tough situations. For example, when stuck in traffic, use the time to listen to an inspiring podcast instead of stewing in frustration. And above all, stay committed. Resilient people don't quit when things get hard. They double down. As we move into the next section, you'll see how physical practices like cold plunges can further strengthen this mental foundation. Cold plunges are more than just a trendy wellness hack. They're a masterclass in resilience. Imagine stepping into freezing water, every nerve in your body screaming for you to get out. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also transformative. Cold exposure trains your brain to stay calm under stress, strengthening your emotional regulation. The science backs this up. Controlled stressors like cold plunges activate the prefrontal cortex, helping you build self-discipline and mental toughness. Starts small. Try ending your shower with 30 seconds of cold water and gradually increase the time. It's not about the cold, it's about teaching your mind to embrace discomfort. But cold plunges are just one piece of the puzzle. Complementary physical training, like strength exercises or endurance challenges, plays a crucial role in building resilience. Activities like sprint intervals or heavy lifting push your pain threshold, teaching your mind and body to adapt to stress. These practices aren't just about physical fitness. They're about proving to yourself that you can handle more than you think. For example, completing a grueling workout after a long day at work reinforces the belief that you're capable of pushing through fatigue and discomfort. What makes these practices so powerful is their ripple effect. When you train your body to endure controlled stress, your mind learns to stay composed in life's chaotic moments. It's like building a mental toolbox, one cold plunge or squat at a time. And as we'll see in the next section, these small, intentional acts of discomfort prepare you for larger challenges, like finishing a Tough Mudder race and discovering the depths of your resilience. Crossing the finish line of a Tough Mudder isn't just about completing a race. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable of so much more than you imagined. After 2 hours and 23 minutes of crawling through mud, braving freezing water, and enduring electric shocks, you realize something profound. The pain didn't break you. In fact, it became the fuel that carried you forward. Every step, every obstacle was a reminder that discomfort is temporary, but the strength you gain from it lasts a lifetime. The lessons don't end when the race does. The experience teaches you that mental toughness isn't about eliminating pain. It's about learning to coexist with it. For example, When you're knee-deep in mud with no end in sight, you stop focusing on how far you have to go and start focusing on the next step. This shift in perspective, breaking challenges into manageable pieces, is a skill you carry into every area of life, from work deadlines to personal struggles. But perhaps the greatest takeaway is the transformation in how you see yourself. Completing something as grueling as a Tough Mudder rewires your mindset. You don't just think, I survived. You think, I thrived. You become someone who does hard things, someone who trusts their ability to overcome setbacks. And as we move into the final reflections, you'll see how this newfound confidence is the cornerstone of true resilience. Resilience isn't just about enduring hard times. It's about transforming them into stepping stones for growth. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've faced challenges before and can handle whatever comes next. Think of it as self-trust, a belief rooted in evidence you've built through your actions. Every time you push through discomfort, whether it's completing a Tough Mudder or simply having a tough conversation, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than you think. And that belief, it's unshakable. But here's the thing. Resilience isn't about being fearless or invincible. It's about embracing the fear, the uncertainty, and the pain, and choosing to move forward anyway. It's not about doing hard things for the sake of it. It's about becoming the kind of person who sees challenges as opportunities. For example, instead of dreading a difficult project at work, you approach it as a chance to grow your skills and prove your worth. This mindset shift is what separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. Ultimately, resilience is a skill, not a trait. It's something you can build, refine, and strengthen over time. The more you challenge yourself, the more evidence you gather that you're capable of overcoming anything. And as you reflect on everything you've learned, ask yourself this: what's the next hard thing you're ready to tackle? Because the journey doesn't end here. It's just getting started. So here's the big question. Are you ready to stop running from discomfort and start using it to build the life you deserve? Everything you've learned here about resilience, mental toughness, and the power of challenges means nothing if you don't take action. What's one hard thing you've been avoiding? Maybe it's a difficult conversation, a fitness goal, or even starting that project you've been putting off. Whatever it is, now is the time to face it head, because every time you do something hard, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your excuses. Think about it. What would your life look like if you became the kind of person who thrives under pressure? Someone who doesn't just endure challenges, but grows because of them. The truth is, resilience isn't built overnight, but every step you take adds up. And here's the best part. The more you push your limits, the more you'll realize there are no limits. So, what's stopping you from becoming unbreakable? If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson on mastering your mindset. And hey, share this with someone who needs to hear it. They might just thank you for it. Your journey to resilience starts now. Are you in